Hi guys, welcome to a new reading vlog. My husband has just given me a challenge. It's 3 p.m. Saturday. He has given me a challenge to read around 1370 pages by the end of tomorrow. Here's the thing, my normal reading speed is like 50 pages per hour. That means 28 hours of reading. Let's see if I can do it. Guys, it's 6 p.m. already and I haven't started reading yet, but it's about time. Let's get started. Okay, here's the thing. I have read Ram trilogy, like all the books that have been released so far, and I'm not a big fan. I liked Sita, but I'm not a big fan of Amish Tripathi, and that's the reason why I have always, you know, procrastinated reading these books. I have actually read this whole thing quite a few years ago. Do not remember a thing. But my husband says maybe I'll change my mind about Amish Tripathi after reading these books again, because he says these were good. He read them in 3 consecutive days. These 3 books. Let's see if I change my mind or if I retain my opinion about Amish Tripathi's writing, that he is a little bit overrated. A lot. I'm almost 1 hour done with the book. One chapter done. There are total 25 chapters in the first book. About 25 pages are done so far. The book is actually an imagination in which the author has envisioned Shiv as a normal man, and in this story Shiv is a tribal man and their tribe is going through a lot of trouble, and there are some foreign people who come to them and say that you can immigrate to our place and you can live there, and it's a very urban society and stuff like that. So Shiv eventually decides to take his tribe with him and move to Meluha, and so that is what happened in the first chapter. And also as you know, Shiv is also known as Neelkant, so his a throat has suddenly turned blue and everybody has started showing him a different kind of devotion. So that is what happened in the first chapter. I actually feel like it's cool. I don't know how I have formulated my mind about, like, I don't like it, I don't want to read it, but so far it's okay. It's around 10:35 and I have been able to read only 100 pages. The responsibility of me being a married woman and feeding my husband, they kicked in and I had to take a break. But it is it's a fast read, but somehow I haven't been able to finish it that quickly. Maybe because it's a dense book, like pages have a lot of content. I don't know what, but I had expected to be able to finish much more than this. I actually did at least 2 hours of reading from 6 p.m. until now, and just 106 pages. I am very nervous right now. So far, the book has been about Shiv, this tribal man who is invited to move to Meluha, and there he is discovered as Neelkant. And since then, there has been introduction about, what is happening, why Meluha wants Neelkant, how Neelkant is going to be their savior, and all that. There are tribes, Suryavanshis, Chandravanshis, like the whole world is building up, which I feel is quite interesting. The whole world that Amish Tripathi has built up around this, even though it is inspired from what actually happened, but it's his own story in a very different way. So I am liking it so far. It's 1 a.m. I have read about 214 pages of this book and I'm taking a little bit of coffee to keep myself awake, because I seriously feel like if I'm not able to finish this book before I sleep today, I won't be able to actually finish this challenge, actually win. So I have to finish this. I need to keep myself awake until I get done with it. I actually am liking the book. Yeah. Hi guys, it's about 5 a.m. and I just finished reading this book. More updates about this once I am asleep and then awake. So I just woke up 1 hour later than I had decided to, but have started reading this already on page number 30. I actually liked the book that I read yesterday, the first one, and this one is also something that I am very much interested to read. I would say, if I do not talk of anything, the plot, the characters, the story, everything, I would still talk about like how easy it was for me to read the whole book. I just could speed through it. I did not feel bored at any moment. So that sort of praise this book does deserve, because I do not feel like putting it down. I haven't felt like that since I started reading the series, which I would say is a bit different than Ramchandra series, because the first book in the Ramchandra series, Sign of Ikshvaku, oh my god, that is so preachy. There are so many like passages that are all preachy that I did not like. So this is quite different from Ramchandra series. If I have to judge this series just on the basis of, how interesting it was and how unput downable it was, this is certainly so much better than the Ramchandra series. I have slept only for 5 hours. My brain feels like it's frozen. I'm on page number 104 and I see a plot twist. I have theories, which, like, a certain person's husband, I think, was this person, and I don't know, I can't tell you. Stop laughing at me. My husband knows everything. He has read the books, he remembers, but he would not tell me. But I think I'm right. If I'm right, that won't be a good thing, because then it means that I could easily judge and guess the plot twist. That then does that mean the book is predictable? So
he the secret of the Naga. So if you can guess the secret of the Nagas, that you can.
You didn't ask me to guess the secret of the Nagas. You asked that if I know who's the Naga, who's been in the book. I think. No. Who is he? I'll find it out. I'll continue reading with a lot of coffee. Okay, fine. That was not a right answer. I know. I do know that his death has a mystery about it that I have guessed right now, and I just have to see if that pans out correctly. But Naga is somebody else. I've not thought about who is Naga. I'm just looking at his character and just trying to learn about his character instead of his identity. Is it something unexpected? He won't tell me. I should continue reading. I'll find it out. I'm 161 pages done with it. It's about 2 p.m. now. I am really losing hopes on whether I'll be able to finish this challenge or not. But 160 pages done, and I have predicted the whole Naga secret. I know who did man is. I know why he has this soft spot for this somebody. I have exactly predicted it, and I'm right, right? I am right, right? You were not able to guess it? So he's saying no, but I guessed it at 160 pages. This book, for me, is predictable. I would not say it's predictable, it's just too cool. But I have actually just formulated this theory that I am 99% sure is correct. That's how awesome I am. Absolutely. I just want to sleep. I don't know how, there is this Booktuber who started this 24-hour readathon, and then so many people did it. I just don't know how people do it. How can you not sleep properly? Sleep is life. I can't do it. I'll die if I don't sleep.
ध्यान से देखिए इस चेहरे को.
What do you want me to say? Yeah, I slept for 3 hours. I was too sleepy. I don't know how people do these 24-hour readathons. Sleep is important. And just 3 hours in the daytime. I'm still reading. I'm still trying my best. So I have finished reading 240 pages of this book. There's no way I'm going to finish the challenge, It's going to be 12 soon, and I haven't even finished this one, the second book. But I would say this one slowed down a little bit, but just when that patch hit 20-25 pages after that, the twist of the Naga, who is Naga, that is revealed. So yeah.
And how are you feeling?
And my husband let me believe my theory.
And how are you feeling about that?
And I can't even show them the theory, because then it would be sort of like a spoiler, because that is not what happened. So it's just, I made a solid theory, I was so passionate about it.
How was the twist? Was it like completely unexpected?
Oh, now that I think about it, now that I know that my husband misled me, it makes more sense to have that theory in my mind. I'm just like feeling betrayed at the moment because he just made me believe, just made me think, yes, I was right. And you do not do that to somebody. Anyway, I'll be back to reading while he prepares Maggie for me as a punishment. I'm just thinking like the way Amish Tripathi has written his books, like what he has been doing with the concept of good and evil. I have read books later on that were published after this that follow the same concept, and it's just amazing to see that his books have paved the way for so many other Indian authors and for so many other books to be written, just like you know something like Lord of the Rings. I'm sure I haven't read any, but I'm sure there are hundreds of adaptations, hundreds of versions, or hundreds of books that are inspired from Lord of the Rings. And just like that, I have seen books and read books which were published later than this, which are totally inspired from this mythological fiction books. And it's just amazing to see how his writing has been inspiring Indian authors, which is like nice. At the same time, I'm thinking almost all the mythological fiction books that I've read till date, not the ones inspired from Ramayana and Mahabharata directly, like the retellings, but other ones, they are just the same concept. Just this, what Amish Tripathi has written. I'm not sure what to feel about that now. Because in a way, it's okay. Even Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey, it's a very popular and very public thing that 50 Shades of Grey is basically Twilight in a different way. And it's popular and it's public and it's accepted. But the things that are not that public, that you find out after you read the works, I think they should also be acceptable, but I'm just trying to, be okay with it. Anyway, I have read 278 pages of this book. It's about 10 p.m., just 2 hours left before the original challenge ends, but because I could not just give away my sleep, my husband has done like a bit of change to the challenge. He is reading this book, Patala Prophecy, book 1 by Christopher C. Doyle. It's available for free on Prime Reading, so I just bought it for him so that, I have some company. Just imagine your husband is watching TV and you're reading your book and, just tiring your eyes out. I could not take that anymore, so I got that book for him. That's a 9-hour long book, according to his reading speed right now, on Kindle. And he's like, I'm going to read for a long time and I am going to read as long as he reads. So let's see what happens now. So guys, time's up and I have just finished reading this book. I would say the first one, I was actually really impressed. I remember my last rating from Goodreads. Last time I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. This time I have read more works like these. I'm more comfortable with this and somehow I just liked it more this time. I liked it and I give it 4 out of 5 stars. But this one, I read half of it. It was cool, but then it started slowing down. So I also have heard from a lot of people the next book is also a little bit boring, but obviously from my husband as well. But I have no expectations, no judgments like that. I did have a lot of expectations from book 1 because I had a feeling I would like it a little bit more this time. But yeah, this one I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. But honestly, I am right now thinking about Haley in Bookland. She actually talks of how she has just stopped giving ratings to books because every 3-star book is different. Similarly, for me right now, the 4 stars I gave to the book 1 are in a way much higher than the 4 stars I'm giving to this book in my ratings. So yeah, that book is really good, but this one, as compared to that, it has issues, it has things I want to talk about. I would not go into detail about that because I plan a different video, like the whole Shiva Trilogy review video, where I will talk about that. But yeah, finish this book. And okay, wrapping up this reading vlog, first of all, did you like watching it? Comment down below if you did. Anyway, the challenge was to read 1370 pages in 30 hours. I was able to finish 785 pages. I think what went wrong was I grossly miscalculated my reading speed. I thought I can read 50 pages per hour, which is the right figure. From 3 years back, I actually calculated it back then, and since then I feel like maybe it's a slump or it's a book, which I felt like is highly unlikely, because of which I just read about like 25 pages an hour approximately. So yeah, Anyway, I picked up the Shiva trilogy because too many of you asked me about it, and it is undoubtedly the most popular mythological fiction book series in the country. And it was quite unacceptable that I hadn't read it yet. To be clear, I did read it back in 2014, the book one, and I found it okay. This time I was reading with no memories of having read it before and with very low expectations. The book is actually quite a smooth read. It's a good one for beginners. This particular, like the first one, the Immortals of Meluha, it has a lot of world building happening. Then there's a love story, and the plot is also like well paced. And then the author leaves you at a cliffhanger in the end. Then I started the book two. So I finished the book one, Immortals of Meluha, at about 5 a.m. on Sunday, and then I slept. At 10 a.m. I started The Secret of the Nagas, and I feel like Secret of the Nagas was relatively slower than the book one, and at exactly 11:54 p.m. I was able to finish The Secret of Nagas. I feel like apart from, like, I felt the book was also a bit slower in pace as compared to the first one. There was also this like buzziness feeling in my head, which happens to you when you haven't slept enough. That kind of slowed down my reading, and I just didn't want to compromise with my reading experience. To be clear, a lot of people suggested me on Twitter and Instagram while I was documenting this challenge that, what, you can just read the first few pages and the last few pages. What's the fun in that? What's the fun in finishing a challenge if you have cheated, right? The point was to actually read and enjoy the book, which I did. Yes, I could not finish the challenge, but I am still very happy because of three things. Number one is that I actually read a lot. I was able to finish 2 books in 2 days, which is awesome, right? Then I was also able to, I finally read Shiva trilogy almost. And lastly, it just felt good to be reading so many pages in last 2 days. Now the next book could be a great ending to the trilogy, or it could be disappointed. I have opinions on both sides from you guys, so let's just see how it happens. I'm still reading it, and I will discuss the review of the book in a separate video which will be coming up soon after I finish the third book in the trilogy. And yeah, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, and also you have turned your notifications on. Recheck them, because I have gotten complaints from so many people that, Manpreet, we are getting notifications only in email or no notifications at all. Just unring the bell button, then ring it again. I think that would help. Anyhow, make sure you catch all of my videos in this month. There are 10 plus videos coming up this month, which I think you'll like. So just make sure you subscribe, notifications should be on, and hit a thumbs up to this video if you liked it. Thank you so much for watching. This is Manpreet signing off. I'll be back with another reading vlog very soon.